Coming up on Campus Connection, Long Beach State students share their feelings on why voting in this year's election is important to them. One professor at Long Beach State finds a unique way to teach animal biology. All that and more coming up next. Welcome to Campus Connection. Thanks for joining us. I'm Denicia Dixon. Election results are finally in. Reaching 270 electoral votes, Democratic candidate Joe Biden is the winner and will be the 46th president of the United States. This election saw the biggest number of voters. Here's what Long Beach State students had to say about why they voted.
I started to get out more in the community and see a lot of the injustices and a lot of the inequalities that the communities around me have.
Every 4 years, reevaluate what's going on, and if the majority of the people don't like what's going on, then it's good that we have this system in place to change it up.
I think everyone should vote because I think this year, especially this election time, we've seen how crucial everyone's vote is.
I think it's important because it is, it's our right. It is a privilege because not every country has it. A lot of the local measures and propositions are going to impact your life more than the presidency, for example.
Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will be the nation's first Black female vice president. Biden and Harris take the oath of office on January 20th. The rain this weekend was a welcome change to the dry conditions seen in the month of October, but November is expected to be dry, again with Santa Ana conditions. Two fast-moving brush fires started last month as the Santa Ana winds take over Orange County. Both fires spread overnight, forcing nearby residents to evacuate. Jordan Newby has more on the story.
When a fire sparks, Santa Ana winds can easily help flames spread, a concern every firefighter knows.
The fire moves so rapidly that we have wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour. Some reports came in at almost 100 miles an hour.
The Silverado fire started late last month, and within a few hours, officials evacuated thousands of residents.
OC Sheriff knocked on all the doors in our neighborhood and alerted us to the evacuation.
A short time later, the Blue Ridge fire broke out in Yorba Linda, endangering more residents. At its peak, both fires forced 90,000 people from their homes.
A new experience. It was something that, I was definitely concerned about, more so for my family than our assets or house or anything.
The Santa Ana winds have fueled this fire. As you can see behind me, the fire has burned over 13,000 acres of land. And only at 40% containment, firefighters are still working to put this fire out. Firefighters had to progressively work on the mountain ridges to stop hot embers from blowing up to a mile away. In all, 9 structures were damaged and 3 were destroyed.
We're doing what we have to do to save lives, property, and the environment.
Even with the cooler weather that moved in later in the week, the dry air remained a problem for the 2,500 Orange County firefighters that were assigned to both fires.
But the fire's going to do what it's going to do, and we're doing everything we can to slow that fire down and eventually extinguish it.
Full containment isn't expected until sometime this week.
They have their plan, and they followed through with it to help our community, and we really thank them.
Since the Santa Ana winds has stopped, the Silverado fire has turned south, lifting evacuation orders and allowing people to move back into their homes. Jordan Newby, Campus Connection.
Long Beach Search and Rescue is a Life Explorer post that recruits teenage volunteers interested in pursuing careers as first responders. 8 Long Beach State students are on the search and rescue team. Reporter Joe Roden witnessed volunteers on a training exercise.
When it comes to saving people, the Long Beach Search and Rescue members help assist the Long Beach Police and Fire Departments in emergency situations like second alarm fires, natural disasters, SWAT team incidents, and missing person searches, just to list a few.
It is also a lot of very fun stuff if you enjoy using chainsaws to cut trees or rappelling down the tower or cutting up cars. It's a lot of stuff that kids ages 15 to 18 don't normally get a due.
Long Beach Search and Rescue members meet here every Tuesday night behind Fire Station 17 and the Fire Department Captain Deva Rosa Regional Training Center for their weekly briefings and training. Here's where members learn new skills like how to lay hoses and how to perform auto extrication to save a patient involved in a car collision.
If you're a firefighter or a cop, you're going to be interacting with people on probably the worst day of their life. Their house could be burning down, someone they know could have just died, and they're calling you to come help them.
Each year, only 40 people are selected to become members of Search and Rescue. Once selected, members began learning skills like traffic control, first aid, and fire behavior in the Basic Rescue Recruit Academy.
I definitely say that Search and Rescue has had an impact on my life, even though it might sound a little corny because I've only been for like a year, but it's definitely one of my priorities, and I try to volunteer any chance I get, and it's like a second home to me.
Anyone between the ages of 15 and 18 can apply. Some say it's training they can't get anywhere else. The next time they'll be accepting applications will be next year. Joy Rowden, Campus Connection.
Long Beach Mayor Garcia says they will start allowing more businesses such as tattoo and personal care shops to reopen. Since October 30th, Long Beach has a total of 134 new cases. But Long Beach is doing much better than LA County as far as containing the virus. Now residents are calling on local officials to open up more of the city's economy. According to the New York Times COVID College Tracker, Long Beach has a total of 32 COVID-19 cases. The city has decided to open up applications for schools to resume in-person classes. St. Maria Goretti Catholic School has been approved for a waiver to resume in-person classes. Reporter Dawn Perkins has the details.
A local private school is the first to resume in-person classes as the city of Long Beach eases up on COVID-19 related restrictions for businesses and outdoor activities. Locals address their views over the city's officials' efforts to reopen.
I'm just hoping our Long Beach Health Department takes a more proactive approach and sees themselves as leaders, and that this is an opportunity to cause some real change.
St. Maria Goretti Catholic School has been approved to operate in-person and hybrid classes. Private school is the first in LA to operate face-to-face since being transferred online by officials this year. The progress of the private school's opening may be the next step to ease more restrictions for the school district.
I used to work for a school district for 10 years. I really don't know one way or the other with that. I don't think it's realistic for little kids to be able to be socially distant.
Here at St. Maria Goretti Catholic School, in-person classes are now in session. Local private schools have actually applied for waivers to resume in person and are waiting for officials for approval.
I think all of the parameters, like with school and the number of students that are there and whether they're wearing masks and inside or outside, all of those things really have to be worked out carefully.
The city of Long Beach is also minimizing regulations for salons and personal care businesses to open without a controlled capacity. Long Beach residents express their concerns as the city reaches a turning point with many businesses affected by the pandemic.
And I think if we don't open right now, that these salons and these bars and everything else will go under. And I would hate to see Long Beach to be a ghost town.
Along with some residents taking matters into their own hands to support businesses during this time.
I think the business owners should be empowered to make the right decisions. And as consumers, we need to be proactive and ask for things that make us feel safe and have less control coming from our government.
Outdoor playgrounds, salons, and personal care businesses will be opening up as the city eases restrictions. The city will be monitoring all COVID-19 cases for any changes. Dawn Perkins, Campus Connection.
A Motel 6 in Long Beach is being converted into apartments to help formerly homeless residents. A Long Beach State professor avoids a smelly situation in his animal biology class. We have all that and more after the break.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hi, I'm Peter. There's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ache than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at savethefood.com.
The pandemic has forced many people struggling to pay their rent to seek help from the Long Beach City Council. Reporter Eric Montes Gambino has more on the new law protecting tenants.
With an approval vote by the Long Beach City Council, tenants are now protected from landlords' harassment.
District 9.
Aye.
Motion carries.
This ordinance comes as many residents say they've been harassed by landlords, as many of them are struggling to pay their rent during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank God that the city passed a new law, due to me losing my job a few months back, and, I'm able to pay rent and, buy food, pay my bills.
This ordinance protects tenants from shutting off utilities, failing to perform repairs, illegal entering for inspection, and punishing tenants to break in through fraud or threats.
My friends have been experiencing it with their landlords giving them a few-week notice because of their jobs.
However, landlords spoke against the ordinance, who expressed concerns that California already has tenant protections law, and by adding it, it would cause confusion.
This creates a lot of problems. It adds more bureaucracy to our city. We should all work together to solve these issues. However, this is not a good path to take.
If landlords fail to comply, they could face a penalty between $2,000 and $5,000. Eric Montes Garbino, Campus Connection.
You just check it out? What room are you in? All right, thank you.
I'm Emily Huntenberg. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors voted in a meeting on Tuesday, October 27th, to purchase the Motel 6 in East Long Beach on PCH and East 7th Street. Project Home Key, a state program funded by the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, or CARES Act, is the main supporter for this roughly $17 million mission to provide homeless housing following COVID-19.
So they opened an RFP and allowed for counties and cities to apply to be able to purchase. And so they agreed to a certain amount per the appraised value of a motel or hotel. And then the local jurisdiction that was seeking to do the purchase also generated revenue to be, generated funds to be able to do the purchase.
Not only are the motels providing shelter for displaced people of all ages, but the Department of Health Services Housing for Health program will also be providing 24/7 security, counseling services, and on-site physical and mental health assistance for those who need it.
It provides interim housing for nearly 300 people. It allows for people who are experiencing homelessness, who are older adults, who may be more impacted by COVID.
The Motel 6 will currently have temporary housing accessible until the transition of permanent support is available within the next 2 years. On November 10th, the Board of Supervisors will meet to complete their purchase of Central Long Beach's Holiday Inn, which is expected to become another location for homeless housing. Los Angeles County has until December 30th to spend their remaining funds towards Project Homekey. I'm Emily Huntenberg, Campus Connection.
Coming up after the break, while most movie theaters are closed in Los Angeles and Orange County, we'll show you some fun alternatives.
Netflix is coming out with a new series about the Latin Tejano singer, Selena. All that and more coming up on Campus Connection.
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hi, I'm Carla Gutierrez with your entertainment news. It has been more than 20 years since the last time we've seen Selena on the big screen. Now, the public will get to stream the new Selena series on Netflix December 4th. Last year, Netflix announced that Christian Serratos will be portraying Selena Quintanilla in the new Selena the series. The show will be releasing 9 episodes showing a young girl from Texas with big dreams and even a bigger voice.
You stand around and wait for what you want. You're going to be waiting your whole life. You have to go and get it.
The public will watch the Mexican-American Tejon singer Selena's love for music unfold. However, unlike the film, the series will go deeper into the singer's relationship with her family members and love interest, as well as her achievements in making it into a top male-dominated music genre and opening the doors for many female Latin singers. The sound of popcorn popping gives the public that movie theater experience. With COVID-19 protocols, the question is in the air on whether or not theaters will be reopening.
Movie theaters all over have closed due to coronavirus. Since the global shutdown, people have tried to find other alternatives to still enjoy everyday life.
Before COVID, I always enjoyed going to movie dates, going with my family and things like that. So it was disappointing to finding out that the movie theaters were closing as well. I've been just trying to adjust to it all.
Although most movie theaters are closed, people like Noah Gordon are finding different ways to still receive the movie experience.
The Paramount Drive-In, so I've been going there on my free time. They won't show the newest movies, but it's still good to have a substitute. With everyone being in their cars, social distancing is being enforced. But the employees are ensuring if anyone leaves their car, they must wear a mask. So that's a good thing too.
While there are some movie theaters closed, some movie theaters are open, of course, following CDC guidelines. The Century Huntington Beach movie theater opened back up in September, ensuring the safety of guests.
So we returned to work in September after being closed for about 8 months. And I was pretty interested to see how things were going and how we were going to moving forward.
The employees went through intensive training to ensure that the theater was within CDC guidelines. There is constant sanitizing of the concession stands, the seats, and the restrooms are being disinfected every 30 minutes.
So the auditoriums and the seats are sanitized before every showtime. Of course, face masks are required, and we also have contactless ticketing. And then also because of the virus, the capacity of the auditoriums is limited, so it's a lot less people.
Although the movie experience isn't the same without popcorn and drink refills, AMC is now offering private screenings for groups of families and friends to enjoy during this time. Guests can now rent an entire AMC Safe and Clean auditorium and host a personal movie screening for a private party up to 20 guests. Prices start from $99 to $149, and guests can choose fan favorites or new releases. Guests can book online at amctheaters.com/rentals to escape from what has been going on with the pandemic. This is Keisha Young with your entertainment news.
That's all for entertainment. Back to Denicia.
Coming up after the break, real or stuffed skunk? Find out how biology students are learning to track animals.
Hi, I'm Peter. There's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at savethefood.com.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
The city of Los Angeles claims victory. Both the Dodgers and Lakers are world champions. This is the first time since 1988 two LA teams won championships in their respective fields. Los Angeles celebrated each victory in grand fashion, hosting drive-by commemorations and COVID celebrations. A CSULB professor is using stuffed animals to help students learn the mammalogy class. Wiley Jahari got a chance to see how it's working out.
So as I sweep my antenna,
a professor from Cal State Long Beach is having fun with his virtual lab course by using stuffed skunks.
In this lab, I put a radio collar on a stuffed animal skunk and went out to a park and placed it out in the park and filmed myself tracking this animal, showing the students how to actually locate an animal using a radio receiver.
Dr. Ted Stankiewicz is an associate professor of biology here at Cal State Long Beach. It's been challenging for him and his students to convert a hands-on lab course into a virtual one. However, he and his students are still making the best of it.
In the lab, we had learned that there's 3 different types of radio tracking. What we did is he has 3 stations, and from those stations, you're creating lines. Those lines create an air polygon, and that air polygon creates a triangle, shows the most probable area that the animal is in.
In this course, students are used to dealing with real skunks as well. However, this year, due to COVID-19, many in-person classes have been canceled at CSULB, preventing students from working in a physical environment.
One of the hardest parts for us is not being in the room with the students. It's just as much of a bummer as it for us as it is for the students.
Professor Stankiewicz came here to this Orange County park trying to recreate the environment that you would find a skunk in. Although this was a fun virtual lab experience for mammalogy students, Professor Stankiewicz says he can't wait to return back to in-person learning. He also added that the experience students get out of interacting physically with each other and the animals is truly rewarding. Wiley Jahari, Campus Connection.
Thanks for joining us on this week's Campus Connection. I'm Denicia Dixon. We'll see you next time.